Good morning. I'm Berks County Commissioner Christian Leinbach, and I want to welcome you to our Commissioners Board meeting for May the 28th. We are obviously in person, but also broadcasting via Microsoft Teams Town Hall and also through Berks Community Television. We'll begin the meeting with a moment of silence, followed by a pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. At this time, I'll recognize my executive assistant, Veronica Lepore, to read the public comment notice.
Good morning. Thank you. Public comment will be accepted in person and through the Q&A function. Please include your first name, last name, and municipality for all comments. Any comments without name and municipality will not be considered. Each citizen can submit one comment. Comment length is dictated by limitations of the platform being used. Teams Q&A. In-person comments will be accepted first, followed by comments submitted virtually. The meeting comment period is limited to a total of 30 minutes, including both in-person and virtual comments. This time period may be extended at the discretion of the board. Please be concise. Comments that are germane to county business will be read during the meeting and should not be considered to be interactive dialogue with the commissioners. The county solicitor shall be the final arbiter of whether a comment is germane and should be read. Any commissioner response to public comment will be done at the discretion of the commissioners.
Thank you very much, Veronica. Are there any additions or corrections to the May 21st meeting minutes? Hearing none, the minutes will stand approved as presented. We did have an executive session on May 27th dealing with litigation and real estate. Do we have any public comment on specific agenda items? No one in person. There's no one online. We will go to the first item on the agenda, and that's a presentation from our budget and finance team, specifically Kate Rentschler, our financial manager, with Q1 fiscal update. Kate. There we go.
Good morning, Commissioners. Thank you for having us here today to present the financial update for the first quarter of 2026. As always, we begin our update with a brief review of what was included in the adopted budget. In December of 2025, the board adopted the 2026 budget with a general fund deficit of $18.5 million and an overall all funds deficit of $13.5 million before adjustments. On this next slide, you can see how we move from the all funds deficit to isolating the county's net operating position. By accounting for the various funding sources and required adjustments, we are able to determine the county's general fund operating deficit or surplus. As shown here, that final operating position is zero, meaning that the county adopted a balanced budget for 2026. It is also worth noting that we were able to achieve that balanced budget without a tax increase. As you know, the county's accounting is maintained on an accrual basis, which means finalized financial reporting is not immediately available throughout the year. Because of that delayed reporting, we rely on cash forecasting and ongoing variance analysis to provide timely updates on both the revenue and expenditures and identify challenges from our original assumptions as early as possible. That brings us to this chart, which illustrates our total cash projection for the year. That's represented by the green line. That's compared to the actual cash performance through March, which is the blue line. As of March, the county's cash position is favorable in comparison to projections by $9.33 million. That variance is primarily driven by receipt activity that is favorable, totaling $10.17 million, partially offset by an unfavorable disbursement variance of $839,000. For the details of the receipts, this slide shows the total receipts projection, which is the green line, and the total receipts received through March, which is the blue line. Through March, the total projected receipts were $76,441,071, while actual receipts totaled $86,606,372, resulting in that favorable variance of $10,165,301. The majority of this variance is related to timing differences, where receipts were received earlier than projected. I'll walk through some of the larger categories contributing to that variance. Starting with the Children, Youth Services, and Juvenile Probation Office receipts. These categories are favorable primarily due to the timing of state reimbursements. $8.6 million of that is related to Act 148 FY 25-26 third quarter advance, which was received in March, rather than projected timing of April. In addition, $1 million in TANF first and second quarter FY 25-26 receipts were also received in March instead of the projected timing of April and May. For COCA, the receipts are favorable by $1.7 million, primarily due to opioid settlement funds that had originally been projected to be received in 2025, but were received in 2026 instead. Additionally, prevention grant funding was also received over what was projected, which contributed to that favorable variance. The Berks receipts are favorable by $845,000 due to collection of past due Medicaid and private pay resident balances. In late 2025 and early 2026, Berksheim increased its focus on streamlining the Medicaid approval process, and they also implemented improved collection efforts, which resulted in additional unprojected cash receipts. Aging block grant receipts are favorable by $700,000 because the March block grant funds were actually received in March. There's typically a delay in our receipt of those funds, so we had projected them in April. On the unfavorable side, the current year tax receipts are behind projections by $2.1 million. We project our tax receipts based on historical monthly collection trends. Through March 2026, the county has collected approximately 10.5% of total annual projected tax revenue, compared to the 4-year historical average, which is 11.1%. The adult probation supervision fees is unfavorable by $452,000 due to the timing of the final reimbursement for 2025 due to the general fund, which was projected in March but not received until April. Domestic relations receipts are unfavorable by $421,000 due to the timing of the October 2025 administrative reimbursement. This was projected in March but was ultimately received in April due to a state-level administrative delay. The other categories line here reflects combined variances across all of our other categories. This is unfavorable by $200,000. This is the largest contributor of that is human services, where reimbursements for the new state food purchase program totaling $194,000 were projected in March, but we have not received any funds yet. Because this is the new program for 2026, we are unsure of the timing of when we'll receive those receipts, but we'll use the timing from this year for our projections moving forward. For the details of the disbursements, this slide compares the total disbursements projections shown in the green line with the actual disbursements through March, which is the blue line. Through March, the total projected disbursements were $105,260,984, while actual disbursements totaled $106,099,831, resulting in an unfavorable variance of $838,847. Overall, the variance is being driven primarily by timing differences, as well as the receipts. I'll highlight some of the more significant contributors. Children and Youth Services is unfavorable by $1.9 million due to payments to institutions and program services invoices from 2025 being paid in 2026 instead. COCA disbursements are unfavorable by $800,000 due to higher than projected prevention disbursements. This is directly related to the increase in the COCA receipts we received this year. The not-for-profits Reading Area Community College category reflects an unfavorable variance of $812,000. This is strictly timing related. The second quarter disbursement, which was projected for April, was actually dispersed in March. The separate bank account category is unfavorable by $800,000. This is due to activity that should be paid out of other bank accounts being charged to the general fund bank account, primarily related to communication center and liquid fuels. We monitor this category to ensure that the general fund is reimbursed for these disbursements in a timely manner. Community support and implementation funding for Imagine Berks is currently favorable by $1.6 million, as disbursements were projected on a quarterly basis, but the actual spending activity is occurring at a slower pace than we had originally anticipated. The bond-funded capital has a favorable variance of $1.5 million due to several capital projects experiencing slower than anticipated progress, including the steam plant decentralization and the Liebert unit replacement project. The non-bond funded capital is also favorable by $604,000 due to the fire pump project being completed below budget, along with slower progress on several ongoing projects, including the IS Hyper-V project, the Prothy e-filing system project, and the county security project. All remaining disbursement categories net together for an unfavorable variance of $151,000. The most notable item within that group relates to the Berks MA nursing assessment fees, where the April invoice was paid in March rather than in the following month. As this is just the first quarter update, it is still relatively early in the year, so many of the variances we're seeing at this time are timing related. It's too soon to determine which of these variances will have a more lasting impact on the county's overall cash position throughout the year, but we will continue to closely monitor the trends in both receipts and disbursements as the year progresses, and will provide updates as part of our quarterly financial reporting process. That concludes the financial update for the first quarter of 2026. Thank you for your time, and I'll turn it back to the board for any questions or comments.
Thank you.
Any questions, comments?
Thank you for the update. Good job. The only question I would have is I know it's only the first 3 months, as you mentioned. Any red flags, anything that would concern you moving forward? Or is it pretty consistent with past years?
It's pretty consistent so far.
Okay.
Again, most of the variances are timing related, so we've already seen them reverse in April and May.
Okay, that's all I had.
Yeah, just want to thank you for your work again. Great job. Glad you're making the presentations there. And I like it. It's short to the point, so very good and relevant information. And glad to hear that any differences as of now are all primarily due to timing for what we can see.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Laura. We'll continue with the agenda. Item 1, authorizing under that budget, adopt a resolution authorizing 2026 budget transfers in the amount of $1,890,000 and 2026 appropriations in the amount of $1,144,703 per listing dated May 22nd of 26. Human Resources, we have one item, authorize the promotion of Stephanie Colon from Office Manager, Register of Wills to Chief Deputy Register of Wills in the Register of Wills office. We have 3 items listed under the Commissioners. Item A and item B, I'm going to read them and then ask Mike Malinowski, President of EH&D, to comment on these items. Adopt a resolution authorizing the chair to execute the 26-27 renewal quotation to P Corp. This is the Pennsylvania County Risk Pool, a program of the County Commissioners Association, and excess crime coverage with Travelers Insurance. And item B, adopt a resolution authorizing the chair to execute the appropriate quarterly compensation agreement presented by EH&D, who charges a discounted fee in lieu of accepting carrier commissions. So if you want to step up to the mic, Lynn, can you make sure the mic's on, please? Thank you.
All this fun insurance stuff. Thank you, Commissioners. Thank you, Commissioner Leinbach. As you know, this process starts in January for the renewal of the county's program. Around March, P Corp comes up with some coverage changes we review with Christine and our claims team to ensure there's nothing there that would concern us. I don't think at this time anything does concern us, but our history with P Corp and CCAP has been very successful, very stable for us. And good news is that, as you saw in the executive session, the county did receive a decrease in the entire insurance program of about 4%. Now, Laura may think I'm sandbagging on the budget, but because it's a 12% decrease over the 2026 budget. So it's great news. When the entire P Corp program went up 5% on a whole, a lot because of the social inflation and litigation in the Commonwealth, that we went down and our exposures, our statement of values increased from 844 million to 896 million. Our auto fleet increased, our payroll increased, our exposures increased like they always do. And for our premium to have a net decrease is a tremendous result for the folks at the county. All the risk and safety measures that we put in place, we still get access to a grant through Pre-Corp of $25,000. Our discounts that we get for our risk management credit and loss control credit are down a little bit. That's because our premium's down. They're a percentage of those premiums. So if you see those on the proposal, that's why they look like, oh, why aren't we getting as much as we were before? It's because the premium's down. And the EHD agreement, what we try to do with most of our counties and cities for transparency purposes is just do a flat fee in lieu of commission. So this program we're presenting today is about 1.5, a little over 1.5 million. That's standard commissions, usually about 15%. So our quarterly fee adds up to an annual fee of 125,000, which is good until 2027. That we honored it through a contractual agreement with the county, I think 2 years ago, maybe. So those are the highlights of the program. It's a lot of work. We appreciate all the feedback and commitment from staff, the solicitor's office, the budget office, because there's a lot that goes in. And Kevin's been a lot of resource for us to ensure this process goes smoothly. So in 3 minutes, it's a very large program, one of the largest we handle, but it's been very successful, and a tribute to CCAP and entering the P Corp's just been a great win for Berks County. So I'll be happy to answer any questions that anyone would have regarding the program.
Well, we appreciate the partnership. From time to time, I have local insurance companies reach out to me and say, we'd like to bid on your insurance. Don't you think it's time for a change? And one of the things that I highlight is EH&D isn't contractually obligated to any particular insurance company. You're acting on our behalf and as a broker to find the best deal. And that's what you do year after year. I also compliment the County Commissioners Association. The P Corp program has been very good for us for a long time. And it says a lot about our internal leadership team. Departments. Some departments have higher risk than others, but that's really good news that when everybody else is going up, we're actually seeing a cut.
And Commissioner, the decision that the board made with EHD and the staff to get into the P Corp program, we handle other counties about the size of Berks. We won't name them, but that P Corp won't take. And it protects Berks County a little bit because of their loss history, but trying to find them insurance is not as easy as because of the exposure. So the decision for us to get into P Corp right now has really impacted some of our other large counties who have very, very difficult times getting insurance at reasonable rates like we get. So
basically because they have much greater exposure and claims, et cetera.
And not as managed as well, Commissioner, as I know Kevin was at our claims review for workers' comp. The County of Berks has really been a leader in the risk management space, just from your size, your exposures, and from the board down to your staff who you hire, hold accountable. It really is. We try to mimic it across the Commonwealth with other counties. Berks has been a highlight for the way insurance programs should be handled, where they won't accept them, to your point, Commissioner, because they don't have those checks and balances in place or stability at the board level to really want them to enter and ruin this program for all the other counties that are in it.
Great. Well, thank you for what you do along with all of our leadership team.
Yep. Something I just want to add and clarify, the grant that comes because P Corp, it's a risk pool. It's made up by the counties and it's run by the county. So the board is made up of county commissioners, of clerks and other people that have some type of insurance or financial or county background. And it's there for counties. So the difference between P Corp and insurance carriers is P Corp isn't looking to make a profit. The money that is made then goes back to the counties through grants or through dividends. Most of the time, We prefer doing the grants because they're safety-related grants, and those grants will hopefully help minimize any type of liability or any type of claims for the counties as well. Therefore, continue to reduce the cost for counties. So again, thank you for your work with P Corp. We really appreciate it.
Thank you all for the partnership.
Great, thank you. Item C, adopt a resolution authorizing the chair to execute a memorandum of understanding between Berks County and United Food and Commercial Workers Union Local 1776, KS, Pennsylvania, for biannual uniform allowance in the gross amount of $125. Item 2, a motion to authorize the execution of contract agreements and amendments as set forth on the contract agenda listing dated May the 22nd of 26. There are 15 total contracts. There are 4 with the Area Agency on Aging. There's 1 with Mental Health and Developmental Disabilities, 1 with Children and Youth Services, 3 jointly with Children and Youth Services and Juvenile Probation, 1 with the Commissioners, 3 with Facilities and Operations, 1 with the Berks County Jail, and 1 with the Berks County Print Shop. Item 3, a motion to authorize the execution of payments and electronic transfers for the week ending May 29th of 2026. And item 4, a motion to authorize the execution of employee payroll disbursements dated June 2nd of 2026.
Motion to approve the agenda as presented?
Second?
The motion has been made and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion is carried. We'll move now to reports of our treasurer and controller. We'll begin with our Berks County Treasurer, Mitch Darcourt. Mitch.
Thank you, Commissioner. Today, we have an opening balance of $222,634,630.26. We have a balance declare of $6,876,672.72, leaving us with a balance of $315,757,957.54. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mitch. And now we'll recognize Joe Rutterow, recently back from the Indianapolis 500. Our county controller with the controller's report.
Thank you, Chairman Lineback. For the week ending May 29, 2026, we have an accounts payable and a total cash disbursement of $4,847,505.14. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Joe. The report of our Chief Operations Officer, Kevin Barnhart.
Thank you, Commissioner Linebacker. Our team has nothing to offer at the present time. Thank you.
Okay. I'm going to kick us off here, and we're going to share the screen and find out if I get feedback. We tried to fix this, but we'll see. So on Saturday, my wife and I went to the Keim Homestead Cherry Festival. We actually, she had sausage pot pie. That's what that is. She said it was incredible. I had the sausage and gravy and potato filling bowl. Believe me, it was like 47 degrees. It was raining. This was piping hot. It made for a nice time. They had a band there. We then, that was actually back off. That was the Kutztown Sausage Festival. Misspoke there. And the food that we had was from Virgin Food Grange, and they won the award for this is the first annual Sausage Festival for the best food. Then we drove over to the Keim Homestead. They had this is the first time since the 70s. In the 70s, they used to have a cherry fair, and this one specifically honoring America's 250th. kind of a neat display, the kind of entertainment from the 18th century.
I thought it was JD at first.
Yeah, it had that look, didn't it? This George Washington made an appearance. This gentleman, very impressive, everything authentic. Tell me what language. So they're actually, they have a great following. They're called, there it went, the Shoe Flies. Okay. So how does that happen?
You can't hear it online, I'm thinking.
Anybody online, can you hear the echo? I don't know what, I think I just fixed it. Yeah. So then Saturday, well, actually, Saturday was a washout. It was supposed to be in the Wyomissing Memorial Day Parade. They canceled that Friday evening. It was moved to Monday morning. I literally got on my bike Monday morning, 8:45, got to the end of the drive. The sky let loose up in Tilden. I drove about a mile down the road. I was soaked, and I said, this is stupid. So I turned around and went back home, and I sent a message to Randy, who's the organizer, and said, hey, sorry, there's just no way I'm coming down. But the afternoon was beautiful. And so I went over, I was invited to the Burnville Memorial Day Parade, and they had the America 250 PA Berks theme going. This is a zoom in of the FFA chapter of Tulpehocken High School, Amy Garber, Mark Garber. They were just getting ready to line up in the parade. Afterwards, they had a memorial service. And this is Commander Gruber of the local American Legion. He shared some comments and thoughts. It was a great event, not a huge community. A couple of the people came up to me and apologized for the small group. And I said, this is small town America. This is what makes up our country. And I thought they did a great job. These were twin sisters. Normally they have the Poppy Queen, I believe it is. But since they were twin sisters, they were the Poppy Queens. And then they had the middle school band from Conrad Weiser. And they did the national anthem. They led us in God Bless America. At one point, they did taps for the raising of the American flag. So great. We really enjoyed ourselves. Both my wife did not ride in the motorcycle. She drove the car over. But we had a great time with the people. And I want to compliment Mayor Wayne Lesher. He also spoke. He's the one that reached out to me and asked if they could be part of America 250 with this celebration. And they put signs up throughout the venue. One other note that I want to highlight, this flyer just came out. We want to get this out on our social media website, everywhere. The Star Spangled Spectacular will be the capstone event for America 250 PA Berks County. It will take place on July the 4th at the Berks County Fairgrounds. The gates will open at noon. The programming begins at 2 p.m. will go to 10 p.m. There are multiple local bands that will be playing through the afternoon. There'll be food trucks. There'll be activities there for family. The parking is free. The entrance is free. It is a free community event. Y102 is the sponsor, and we're asking people to bring a non-perishable food item. Helping Harvest will be there and collecting those items. If you want more information, go to starspangledberks.com. It'll give you directions. We're hoping this attracts people even from outside the area. I want to compliment Hope Works, which is a program at Hope Rescue Mission. They are actually providing all of the parking attendants. I met with them earlier this week. They subsequently yesterday met with the folks from RSO, Charlie Bach and Janet Hatcher, and finalized details. They can still use volunteers if you're interested in volunteering. You can go to the website and there's a link there for volunteers. So get that on your calendar. This is one way to make the event memorable. Just pretty exciting. I do want to compliment JP Mascaro is the title Patriot sponsor. They put up $50,000 almost immediately. There are a number of other sponsors, and you'll see their signage at the event and see their logos and so forth online. Let me stop sharing. And that is all that I have. Move now to Commissioner Dante Santoni.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just a couple things that I had attended this past week and a couple upcoming events. I mentioned this before. I had a chance, I know with Memorial Day weekend, there was a lot of activities that were rained out, but I had the opportunity to speak at the Camp 113 of the Patriotic Order of the Sons of America, the Robisonia chapter, and it was a nice ceremony. I was able to talk about Memorial Day and the importance of it. So I want to thank them for their service and their ceremony. Lynn and I, my executive assistant, had an opportunity to tour the new Hamburg Library. I did not. The grand opening occurred about a month ago. I was not able to make it, so I had a chance to go up and visit and get a tour from Chelsea Williams, the library director. They're very excited about the new library up in Hamburg. It's a great new facility for them. They got a lot of room. A little bit of history about the old library. It was built in 1904 with a $10,000 grant from Andrew Carnegie. So $10,000 went a lot further back then, I guess, than it does today. So they're real excited about their new digs up there, and I wish them the best. I had an opportunity to attend the press conference. Governor Shapiro was in town. Many people might have seen that in the paper. He went up and down Penn Avenue in West Reading, which is not too far from where I live and where I like to hang out a lot of weekends. Anyway, he highlighted his Main Street program, which gives streets like Penn Avenue and West Reading opportunities to get grant money. He had a press conference at the West Reading Motorcycle Club, and I want to highlight and give a shout out to J.D. Turner, who owns a holistic skate shop on Penn Avenue. He was one of the highlighted businesses from the governor, and J.D. also serves on our Park and Recreation Board. So it was great. He got an opportunity to speak and did a terrific job. A couple events upcoming this weekend. I'll be at the Reading Company Technical and Historical Society event on Saturday morning at 9:30 up in Hamburg. They're going to unveil their new logo for the Reading Railroad Heritage Museum. They're having some light refreshments and tours, and that's on Saturday morning. And then later that day, I'll be up at Topton to celebrate the 150th anniversary of the borough of Topton. There's going to be events up there, downtown Topton, from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And they're going to have a little ceremony at 2, and that I'll have an opportunity to present a proclamation and say some words on behalf of the county. So congratulations to the borough of Topton on their 150th anniversary. Mr. Chairman, that's all that I have.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Santoni. And we'll go now to Commissioner Michael Rivera.
Thank you, Commissioner Leinbach. A few items I have. This past Friday, I had the opportunity to visit the Refresh Berks mobile shower. This mobile shower started last year. Last year I did not have the opportunity to visit it, but it's a trailer and it has 2 showers in there and an area where they keep different bathing supplies. And this area goes around different parts, mostly in the city, but they've tried other areas as well. And this is for homeless people who live out in the streets or can't go into the shelters to take a shower. They're able to go there, take a shower, no questions asked, don't have to fill out any paperwork. It's open really to anyone who wants to go in there. I saw it. It's a great setup. They give the person a bag with toiletries, towels. They allow them to go take a shower there. And it's great. They're set up for 2 hours and they go to different places throughout the city and throughout the county. So it's a great thing that Refresh Berks is doing. They're also looking at doing a mobile washer and dryer. This way they can go out to the homeless encampments and have the homeless wash and dry their clothes there, because the reality is most of the people that are homeless don't have anywhere to wash or dry their clothing. So that's something they are looking at doing, and I hope it does become a reality because it's something that is greatly needed. Then after that, I was able to go to the Experience Berks kickoff event for the Berks County Sweet and Salty Trail. And this trail started a week ago and runs through September. And it's different ice cream shops, candy stores, and pretzel bakeries in Berks County. If you go to the Experience Berks website, you'll find more information on it. There's a passport there with the different locations that you can go to and visit throughout the county. And it's encouraging people to get out and visit the local businesses here in Berks County. They also have a bear hunt trail, a covered bridge trail, and a barn star art trail. So again, for more information, you can visit their website, which is experienceberks.com, and find out more information about that and find about fun ways to learn more about Berks County and visit all the great things that Berks County has. This past Tuesday, I was able to participate in a dinner with the DCNR's Conservation and Natural Resources Advisory Board. DCNR is the Department of, help me out here, Conservation and Natural Resources. And they have an advisory board which helps direct what they do and where they do it. And the board was here in Berks County on Tuesday and on Wednesday. On Tuesday, they visited different trails. Some of them paddled down the Schuylkill River and had a good time. Then on Wednesday, they had their board meeting at Berks Nature, had the opportunity to learn about Berks Nature and walk around the facilities there. But I was at their board dinner on Tuesday evening and able to meet them and talk with them about the different things that they're working on. Today, there is a ribbon cutting. It's at noon, a ribbon cutting for an upgraded Reading Movies 11 and IMAX theater. I don't know if you've been there recently. It's been the IMAX has been there for many, many, many years here in downtown. They just completed a makeover of it, and I will be there today for that ribbon cutting again today at 12. Tomorrow morning, we have our employees recognition event at 9 a.m. So beforehand, I want to congratulate those who are being recognized, but also thank all of the Berks County employees for the hard work that they do. Something all three of us say, we're just three. The real work gets done by the other 2,100 employees roughly that the county has. So thank you to all the Berks County employees, and especially those who are being recognized tomorrow for anywhere between 5 and 30 or 40 years of service in 5-year increments. On Sunday, I will be participating at the Berks County Farm Bureau Field to Table Dinner in a soybean field. And that is a 5-course field to table meal prepared with locally sourced ingredients from Berks County farms and producers. Seems like a great event. It's a farm field to table meal, but it's also a fundraiser for local organizations here in Berks County. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. And the last item is there is an election boards meeting today at 11 a.m. So I look forward to seeing you there. That's all I have. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you. Any comments from our our row officers.
I don't have anything to add at this time.
Just to add, it was an amazing race, and if you didn't see it, it came down to the very end, and only a tenth of a second difference between being a champion and being number two.
Being a nose between first and second.
It was a pretty amazing event. Thank you.
Okay, we have no, thank you, sir. We have no public comment in person. Any public comment online? Yes, I think we do. Let me look at that. No?
Posted experience.
Okay, he posted
Yeah.
links. So there are links relative to the Star Spangled Berks.com and experienceberks.com. Thank you very much, Malcolm. With that, we're at the end of our agenda. Reminder, we do have an 11 o'clock election board meeting.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Meeting is adjourned.